Okay, good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. Welcome to Malang Toastmaster Club, online meeting 222, club number 04267871. And before the meeting start, I would like to remind you about meeting rule. Please mute or turn off your microphone if you don't speak. Also, I really encourage all of you to turn on the camera so we can see your smile and enthusiasm. And now, as a club president, I officially open the meeting for tonight. Okay, since we have a guest here, I would like to introduce a little bit about Toastmaster. Since we have Sandy, we have Angger, who coming to our meeting for the first time. Now I will introduce a little bit about Toastmaster. So what exactly Toastmaster is? Toastmaster is an international non-profit organization that teach public speaking and leadership skill through a worldwide network of clubs. And born since 1924, Toastmaster has helped people from diverse backgrounds become more confident speaker, communicator, and leaders. Headquartered in Angelwood, Colorado, until today, the organization serves over 300,000 members in 149 countries through more than 15,000 clubs around the world. And as a part of Toastmasters International, Malang Toastmaster Club was started in October 2014 to provide a supportive and positive learning experience for members to develop communication and leadership skill, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And we meet on the first and third Thursday every month at 7 p.m. So there is a many benefit if you become a Toastmaster. As you can see here, first, the main benefit become a Toastmaster is you can improve your public speaking skill. I believe public speaking is very useful skill for your personal and professional life. And some people believe that public speaking is a natural talent, either you have it or you don't. But this is not true. You can learn how to be good at it if you practice long enough. And a Toastmaster is a community that can help you become a better speaker. And the second is you can build your leadership skill. So leadership is one of the most vital skill, especially in organization. With good leadership skills, you can lead, inspire, and motivate others on your team. The way you can learn leadership skill in Toastmaster is by becoming a club officer or taking a leadership project in Toastmaster program. And last but not least, you can build your network. Another one that so remember, Toastmaster is a community. It's a great place to meet a lot of people from different background, clubs, and country. As you can see here, we have Toastmaster Sairama from Palu. We have Toastmaster Neti from Surabaya Toastmaster Club. We have Toastmaster Rani from Maranatha. And also we have Toastmaster Ria is from Blue Quest, if I'm not mistaken, right? So also we have Toastmaster Mala. We have Toastmaster Mala from Eagle Toastmaster Club who visiting our meeting for tonight. So, and as a Toastmaster member, we also use a pathway as our education program. So there is up to 11 paths to choose from, and each path have a different way to develop our skill, and it's online platform, and so you can learn anytime and anywhere. So that is the quick introduction about Toastmaster. And if you interested become a member, you can ask to our exco or member here after the end of the meeting. Okay, so back to me. Now let's start our meeting, and I will introduce about the theme for tonight. Our theme for tonight is, anyone know? Independence Day. Yeah. So this is Indonesian Independence Day. We celebrate every year on August 17th. It's time for reflection on the country history, sacrifice, and the struggle faced by its people in their journey toward independence. It also an opportunity to celebrate the nation achievement by conducting a flag hosting ceremony. Also, we can see school, government building, and public space are often adorned with decoration in the national color, which is red and white. And people across the country come together to celebrate their shared identity as Indonesian. We do paradise cultural performance, and also the most popular one is traditional game like this one. Probably you will know what is this. Anyone know what this is? You can.
Balap karung.
What is the English version of the balap karung?
Sacrifice. Rice.
The English version for this game is Gani Sack Race. So this game is a race when participants have to race to the finish line while wearing a sack over their legs. So it's fun and it's also challenging, and it also for everyone, whether you are adult or a child. So it's really fun. And the second one, can you guess what this is?
Eating kerupuk.
What is the English version for eating kerupuk? Anyone know? So this one is called cracker eating. This is a game to test your speed and agility. As participants have to eat many crackers as they can in the set amount of time. It's also one of my favorite games when I was a kid. So I tried this one before, and the most difficult one is pretty tricky because the cracker is moving around in my face. So it's really, it's fun. And next we have, what is this? I believe everyone know what this is. This is the most popular one. Anyone can guess what it is in the English version?
I don't know, I just know Panjat Pinang.
Climbing.
So this one is called Greasy Pole Climbing. This game it can test your strength and teamwork. So participants have to climb a greasy pole to reach the prize at the top. At the top, the prize can be snack, toys, or other small item. And last but not least, this one. Anyone know what this is? Let's give this. This one is also one of my favorite games, which is putting a nails or pencil into bottles. So this game is really take your passion, and to take part on the competition, you need to insert the nails into bottle. So it's very difficult as well, and also challenging games to play. Okay, I think that's all for the introduction of the team for tonight. Okay, now I will discuss our agenda for today. So in every Toastmaster meeting, we have three different sections. First, we have a prepared speech session where the speaker deliver their speech and improve their public speaking skill. And the second, we have a special education from one of the charter member of Malang Toastmasters Club, also experienced communicator, consultant, coach, and trainer, Toastmaster Santi Jiwandono. And the third, we have the double topic session led by our double topic master. So in this session is for everyone. So if you are guests who is first time attending our meeting, I really encourage all of you to join this session. And the last is we have evaluation session in the heart of Toastmaster meeting. We help our speaker to make improvement in their speech. So if you take a role as an evaluator, you also practice your listening skill as well. Now, before we start our prepare speech session, I would like to call our general evaluator to introduce her team member. So, please welcome Toastmaster Amel from Denpasar Bahasa Toastmaster Club to introduce your team members.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Apri. I will be the general evaluator for this meeting, and my job is to evaluate the meeting since the beginning until the end. And I will not work alone. I have my team. The first of my team is Timer. Toastmaster Nurani, could you please explain your role?
Okay, thank you so much, our Madam General Evaluator. So good evening, fellow Toastmasters and also guests. My name is Rani from Maranatha Toastmaster, and today I will be the timer. As a timer, it is my responsibility to let the speakers, every speakers in every session knows of the time they have left. So I will change my background into green, yellow, and red based on the time they have left. So for the first session, which is the prepared speech speaker, every speaker will have 5 to 7 minutes to deliver their speech. Meanwhile, for the edu session, the speaker will have 10 to 15 minutes to deliver their speech, and also will be followed by a Q&A session, which will be 8 to 12 minutes. And then for the next session, we will have table topic session. In the table topic session, each speaker will have 1 to 2 minutes to deliver their impromptu speech. And last but not least, the evaluation session. In the evaluation session, every evaluator will have 2 to 3 minutes to give their evaluations. Well, I think that's all my role for today. Oh, and by the end of each session, I will give the timing report while being called upon by the Toastmaster of the meeting. Well, I think that's all. Back to you, Toastmaster Amelia.
Thank you very much for the clear explanation, Toastmaster Rani. And next we will have a counter, Toastmaster Sairama. Could you please explain your role?
Thank you, Madam GE. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. My role as the counter is to count the number of unnecessary sounds or repetitive words you may use when you are speaking. I will be observing and taking notes of the words such as or you know, but, so, well, and etc. These filler words that affect the effectiveness of your speech. I will present my report later after call by Madam G. Back to you, Madam G.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sairama. And we also have our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Ria Anand from Blue Quest Toastmaster Club. Is it correct?
Yeah, so thank you, Madam General Evaluator. As the grammarian, I would listen to the entire meeting carefully. Throughout the meeting, I will take notes of of the good usages of grammar and not so good usages of grammar. In the end, I will come up with my report for the usages. As the grammarian, I also have the responsibility to give a word of the day and to keep track of it as well. So the word of the day is liberty. Since we are celebrating Independence Day, India just celebrated its Independence Day 2 days back, and we have Indonesian Independence Day coming up. So the word of the day is liberty, and it's a noun which means the state of being free within society from the oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life. That is the meaning, and the usage of liberty in the sentence would be who loses liberty loses all. I repeat, who loses liberty loses all. I would urge the audience to give a thumbs up when the word of the day is used. I will share my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the general evaluator. Over to you, Madam G.
Thank you. Don't forget, everyone, to use word of the day for today, which is liberty. You all in here have the liberty to use the word of the day for today. I think that's all. Me and my team, and I will give the control back again to Toastmaster Apri.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amel, for your team introduction. And now let's start our main section, which is prepare speech session. So the benefit become a member is you can deliver your speech and get evaluation from other member. And tonight we have two speakers. Our first speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Yufi Miftah Huda from Marana Toastmaster Club. So I would like to call his evaluator Toastmaster Anna. So please welcome Toastmaster Anna.
Okay, thank you so much, Toastmaster Apri. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Toastmaster and distinguished guests, it is such an honor for me today that I'm going to serve as an evaluator of DTM UV, and I would like to give a brief introduction about this project. Today, DTM UV will do a project, engage your audience with humor. The purpose for the member is to determine their style of humor and apply it to a speech that centers around a central message. The length of the speech would be 5 to 7 minutes. And of course, this is my liberty to evaluate the TMUV. The title is "The Closer You Look, the Less You Will See." The closer you look, the less you will see. The TMUV. The screen is yours.
Am I audible and visible?
Yep.
No.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Fellow Toastmasters and wonderful guests, I already talked about labyrinth of doubts, trust, and suspicion to your partner. The higher you fly, the more you see the situation in your relationship. Toastmaster Apri will already know about that. Now, I will invite you to closer look of your relationship exploration, where the view becomes more blur, but still may test our resilience. Before I start, I want you to answer my question. Anyone here have doubts, have no trust with your partner, or even you are too far from your partner? Anyone? Anyone can guess? Anyone? Okay, Toastmaster Amelia. Don't be shy, no worries. Anyone? Toastmaster Eva, you just smiling? Oh no, okay. All of you already trust your partner. Thank you so much for the question, for the response. We already talked about the higher you fly, the more you will see the situation in your relationship. Now, we will flew down more deeper, more closer to your relationship. With what? There's no misunderstanding and the unexpected twists of your relationship. Picture this. One fine morning, I wake up just because of a bombarder of notification from my phone. It's like I'm in the middle of digital avalanche. I squint at the screen, a half sleep, and realize my girlfriend messaged me 1,000 messages. Anyone knows that? Let's be honest. It's not every day you become the subject of a text message marathon. I mean, come on, honey. I haven't even had my morning tea yet. Then I fell asleep again. When I'm about to dive into a dreamland, you know what? My phone rang. It's from my girlfriend. Knock knock, who's there? I answered the call, a half expecting punchline. Then it begins. What did you do last night? Why? Why didn't you answer my call? I need the answer. I mean, right now. And there I am, in a half conscious, feeling like, anyone have a manual? I need a pop. I need a manual for this pop quiz. Come on. I need to go back to sleep. I think to myself. But with half a brain cell functioning, I'm responding, oh, honey, I just sleep all day long. Liar, tell me more, the truth. Please, anyone feel the same? Boys, anyone feel the same? I already did. Any girls who's suspicious always with your boys? Toastmaster Gayatri. Toastmaster Gayatri, you feel the same? Yes, I know it. Okay, it's really confusing, right? Boys, please tell the truth. It's really confusing, right? Yes. Yes, it's really confusing. The closer you look, the less you'll see. It's like she's wearing a virtual magnifying glasses, researching every details. It's like I'm leading into a double life as a secret agent or an international man of mystery. But no, the reality itself is far less exciting. I'm just trying to catch up on some sleep and escape on the chaos of the day. Any boys? Here it is. Let's talk about the game, Mobile Legend. You know, every guys are so engrossed in their games that they can't even respond to their beloved ones' messages. It's like guys enter a parallel universe where the game is all that matters. I've even rejected my mother's call doing such things. But let me set the record straight. I'm not a love affair with another person. I am love affair with my games. And then there's a puzzle of cheating, the accusation that's often thrown around like a confetti of a celebration. She convinced that I am cheating, while the reality is far from it. I'm simply engrossed in Mobile Legends with my buddies, my colleagues, and maybe some stray co-workers who sneaks into a few matches. But the closer she looks, the less she sees the truth, and the more she embraces her own narrative. So, fellow misconception people, here's the roller coaster of understanding, the game playing debates, and the cheating claims that keep life more interesting. Also, the closer we look, the less we'll see the truly you. And that sometimes the reality is far simpler than we imagine. Communicate with your partner more. Because of that, it will help us navigate the twists and the turns of the relationship. Thank you so much.
Oh, nice speech. Terus di sini Toastmaster Miftah. Yeah, I think having relationship is really nice, and we want to have a good relationship with our partner. And sometimes we need to avoid some kind of misunderstanding between the relationship. So it's kind of tricky for me. And yeah, I think people who don't have a relationship not experience that kind of dilemma. So yeah, I think that is one of the relationship can offer. We can know each other better by looking deep in each other. So yeah, that is the good thing about relationship. Okay, now let's move on to the second speaker. We have Toastmaster Gayatri. And I would like to call her evaluator, which is also distinguished Toastmaster. Distinguished Toastmaster Kajam Mugan. So
Just call me Kaji, so much
Kajim,
easier.
okay. So yeah. So please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Kajim to introduce her project objective.
Okay, thank you very much to our Toastmaster of the day. So the project for Gayatri is to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well to learn and practice, as well as refine how she uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. Yep, and over to you.
Okay, am I audible?
No,
Yep.
you're not.
Okay.
Yep.
Gayatri, I feel exhausted with you. I angry on you. Why you do this? Why you do wrong thing on the calculation of our financial office? Give me your laptop. My boss just snatched my laptop at the time, and not longer I just cry in front of him. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmaster and guests, good evening. That was my conversation with my boss in the past. Yes, I was work in government as an assistant leader who was responsible to create and monitor a financial report in my office. Like I have to manage the travel business and itinerary and also the meeting. So all the expenses and the income, I take that responsibility. But I want to highlight that I have different way when I create or make a mistake or doing something wrong on my job. I get a different treatment from my boss in the past and in the current situation. And you will see my current job is I work in biotechnology industry who focus on medical things, and especially I do import things like human blood, saliva, urine, even embryo to do a screening. So I know it's kind of a different job from my past. At first, I work in government. We just focus on the village, how to build a business there, and how can contribute there so all people there, all the citizens can get a good income from my project. But at the second place, in my current job, I just focus on shipping, how to shipment on the human blood to be carefully. So at the end of my job, I have to give a report to my management. But when I do a mistake in my current job, my boss in my situation just come to my table directly, and she said like this, Gayatri, do you know the function of this report? She used the finger. Do you know what happens if you sending a report to the management? Do you know how important it is to ourselves, to our management, to our financial, to all the people who want to use this report? You know, do you realize that you do something wrong in this part? You sending us the lab report in the next day. Okay. At that time, I just smile and I say, and I realize my wrong action
And I say, apologies, madam. I will not do that in the future. I will give the report to you on time. And for now, I will send you as soon as possible this report to our management and all the people in our office. Okay. You can see a different treatment for both of my boss. At the first, we can see that my boss used a trick treatment. He focused on shout loud to me, "You're doing something wrong, and I don't want to see you there." And my second boss just focused by reminding me what the beneficial of my job, what the important things of my report. So for both of my experience, do you know which one the good treatment? If you were like me, which one do you want to choose? The first boss or the second boss? Please give your comment in the chat box. I will see your answer there. Let me see. Oh, the second. Okay, second. Okay, I want Nifat to be my boss. Oh my God, I want sushi too. All right, I want to tell you which one. My answer is all. Both of the situation give me a good lesson. I don't want to choose the first or the two, but I want to choose all because every situation makes me grow until now. At the first boss, I can learn how to be a strong employee when I'm facing the challenges or the evaluation session at that time, even though I know in the different situation, in the best way to say from my boss. But at the second boss, I can learn how to be wise and how to be kind, delivering or communicate the evaluation session to me. My second boss still gentle in reminding me about my beneficial of my job and the importance of my duty. That is my working journey that has a different treatment at the first and the second place. But I want to say that every challenges or every bad thing that happened to us has their lesson to us in order to growing up, in order to reflect to us. And that's my journey. That's all my story. Thank you. Back to Tom.
Okay, give a round of applause for Toastmaster Gayatri. Her species remember me about when in my first job, I used to hate my boss. Yeah. However, after I realized that he actually doing a good thing for my personal development, because when I still young, I used to hate that to do something that I wanted the most, like try to learn this and learn that. That is not what I need to do, but he forced me to make me a better person. Yeah, I think that is the good thing about having a boss that really can make us grow as a person. Thank you, Toastmaster Gayatri. Now, I would like to call the timer, Toastmaster Rani, to give the report.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Apri. So, distinguished Toastmaster Miftah spent 6 minutes and 55 seconds. Meanwhile, Toastmaster Gayatri spent 7 minutes and 10 seconds. So, both are eligible.
Okay, congratulations. Since we in Malang Toastmasters Club we don't have voting, so yeah, both of the speaker for tonight is doing a really good job. You are on time within the time spent for the speech. Now let's move on to the second session, which is our special session for our meeting, is educational session. And our edu speaker for tonight is Toastmaster Santi Jiwandono. She is a Toastmaster member since the late 19th. So she helped Malang Toastmaster Club in 2013, helped a founded of Malang Toastmaster Club. She used to work for a multinational company in Jakarta for 15 years as a communication manager, and is also currently as communication consultant, coach, and trainer. And now she is resident in Malang. So please welcome Toastmaster Santi Jiwandono to deliver your education.
Thank you, Toastmaster Apri. Tonight I will take my liberty to provide provoking thoughts. I hope it's provoking enough so that I would expect a lot of discussions after my short speech. Now, the title of the speech is Freedom of Speech. It's just that short. Now, fellow Toastmasters and friends, we know that public speaking is widely popular. There are many want to learn these skills. I've got questions after questions, request after request from people who wants to learn how to master this particular skill. And we also see that there are many public speaking classes, courses, trainings, competition, and club as this one, Toastmasters. It's no wonder because especially in the professional world, I mean, public speaking can be seen as a significant indicator of a variety of other skills in communications, and it certainly can boost career, sharpen networking, beautify a portfolio, even elevate your reputation. Now, having said that, however, I observe some unfortunate phenomena. This is one way of looking at it. You might disagree or might agree, that's fine. And I would like to elaborate that for you. You see, this phenomenon is like this. I've seen for so long, there are so many speakers, so-called speakers, who merely aim for the opportunity to speak and gain all those benefits that I've mentioned before for themselves. And so the way I see it is that they tend to be just a mediocre speaker. As long as they get the spotlights, few applauses, praises here and there, they think it's enough. To me, it shows that they tend to undermine or pay minimum attention to the content, the significant content of the speech, of the relevance, of the quality, of the techniques, and focuses more on the packaging, on the service. Now, while we know that any spoken messages, especially in the setting of public speaking platform, or being listened to many audiences, have the power to influence, to motivate, spread good or bad informations, which also can be misinterpreted. It's unavoidable and even drive people to then take further decisions. We see, at least I see in my country, many politicians, government officials members of parliament, celebrities, educators, professionals, and many other positions that are in the spotlight, who I think should be able to do more whenever they speak in public. And yet many of them just aim again for mediocrity. Many of them even create chaos, creating hoaxes and blunders, using exactly the same skills in public speaking. Now, in the last years or so, I've observed something that is even more dangerous, which is there are many more individuals now with who is articulate, who speak eloquently in public and using many public platforms to pursue their arguments in public with the intention to influence people to obey or follow their own agendas. Now, those phenomenon to me is interesting to look at, and all are done in the name of freedom of speech. Now, yes, freedom of speech is a luxury in the past. Yeah, I mean, one thing that we no longer have to deal with or fight, thanks to all those heroes, the people who stood up for this privilege. But as we know, when there is freedom, there is responsibility. To me, freedom means that we all use our talents to ensure that our messages are meaningful, are positive, to motivate people to do better. And I think that is how we give respect to the freedom itself. Now, knowing that freedom of speech is obtained through hardships of people before us, now while commemorating Indonesia's Independence Day, Freedom Day, I would appeal for us to ponder on these important points. That freedom in this era does not mean that we have to do it secretly or only to limited numbers of people, because we are fear of repercussions by doing so. We're no longer there. But the responsibility now lies to ensure that it's all the messages in our speeches will impact for greater goods. I think that's the challenge for today's world. So on that point, I think it's better for us to always remember that whenever we speak in public, we have to make sure that we have these points. Yeah? And I'd like to refer to some of the great speeches that are legendary and last for so long. For instance, the speech of Nelson Mandela, who pleaded to his follower not to take revenge, even after 27 years in prison for being right, for doing the right thing. Or JFK, who uses his words and drive people to the moon. Martin Luther King Jr., who dared to dream. Former President Sukarno of Indonesia, who led us into building a strong foundation for a strong nation. Also, Earl Spencer, if you remember, in his eulogy during the funeral of his sister, Lady Diana, he says that his sister does not need a royal title to continue to do magic for many people. Now, yes, those are prominent people with power, but it does not mean that we cannot use the same power with our own talents and contents, with words, as many of you have shown all these years in this particular club, for one. Now, the question would be, so where do we start? To me, we can start now by having the habit of selecting themes or topic when we speak that are different, that are unique, that deep and insightful, that is from a point of view that many people have never thought before. For instance, if you want to take your personal life experience as your theme in speech, you can learn from your own mishap or mistakes and how difficulties in life can actually drive you towards living a better life. If you want to talk about vacation, for instance, try to seek other point of view. It's not merely healing or the beautiful places that you visited, but why not taking another point of view, such as how vacation is increasing the income of the destination place, for instance. When you want to talk about teamwork, it's no longer about working together, but we can also touch a point of view about trusting each other. When you want to talk about justice, for instance, what is justice? Is that a revenge for people to pay back for their mistakes? Or is it about forgiveness? When you want to talk about tolerance, for instance, what is tolerance? Does that mean that you tolerate my weaknesses as I tolerate your weaknesses? Or is it about equality for all? All those different unique point of views we can start with. Now, I try to apply these values myself. If I don't have anything meaningful to say, I would prefer to just wait. But once I identify great content, then I will sharpen it, rehearse it, research it, study it, write it, and then share it everywhere. See, I'm a trainer and a coach. A lot of times I'm asked to provide trainings, coaching, or merely sharing. I will always try my best to provide a material, a content, or a module that touches the core or foundation of the topics. I will let anybody else sharpen the package, but I choose to go deep. So, fellow Toastmasters and friends, I would appeal that we continue to be curious about all kinds of things, study them, discover meaningful insights, and then share them through a crisp, engaging, and memorable speeches. Sharpen the techniques, increase the frequency, join Toastmasters Club or any other similar public speaking clubs. Read as much as you can, as wide as possible. Structure the speech and then make it relevant. At the end of the day, those who appreciate the freedom of speech are those who understand that freedom is to be filled with essence, which is solid and long-lasting. Back to you, Toastmaster Apri. Let's discuss.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Santi. What was really great topic for your decision. Now we are moved to the question and answer session, right? Anyone here have a question? You can type in the chat box or you can just unmute yourself. So we have some kind of discussion. I think for the discussion, I have one, which is, I believe freedom of speech is about expressing ourselves, right? And however, I have some kind of difficulty that I really like to deliver a certain topic. However, if I go in depth, I'm really afraid that my audience will not understand what my speech about. So I just play it safe, just like for example, if I want to deliver a speech about a biography about a person, I just talk about the safe point of her personality, and I really afraid if I going deeper, people start confused and start to disagree with me because I start going to have some kind of topic that's really deep that make people getting disagree with me. Do you have any tips or to deal with that?
Yeah, thank you, Apri. That's valid. To me, when what's to say that I think that's the reason why there is a club or public speaking classes, because there are a lot of techniques that you can use and master on how to deliver any topics, basically, even the deep ones. And I think the passion of the speaker talking about topics, or particular topics, is also essential, because then if you are passionate about it, you value it highly, you believe in it, relatively it will be much easier for you to speak with the heart, and so you will try your best to persuade your audience to at least listen attentively to what you have to say. So yeah, there are techniques. So there are the things that are deep, can then be, what you call it, orchestrated in such a way that will even better, easier for audience to grasp. I remember Richard Branson quote. He said that anyone who can say a very complex thing into something very easy is the one that are intelligent. So it is a challenge, yes. I think that's part of the public speaking technique sharpening that we need to master. I hope it satisfies the question, Apri.
Yes, sure. Yeah, I think having a passion is one of the key point, and make our message more simple is one of the tricky technique, especially for me, because we have Marish. You have any question?
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you so much for your wonderful speech. It was inspiring and well crafted. Thank you so much. I do have a question for you. So as a teacher of students, young students, I teach English here in Japan. I am currently working with certain students in order to give English speeches. Even though they are not fluent in English, they can express their liberty of trying to speak out and offer their feelings and their words. But I realize that there are specific students that are really engaged in English and they really want to express themselves through another language. So even with not just English, but any language, how would you inspire young speakers to express themselves and show their independence and liberty through speech? And also, just basically with the same idea, how would you get them to express their emotions and their feelings to find their passion through public speaking? So we take the young speakers, we elevate them up in order to allow them to get their passion as early as possible with public speaking. So if you please.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Maurice. That's significant questions. Dealing with kids in particular is a challenge. And I think, I might go a little bit elaborative here, but bear with me. Expressing oneself, I think it's attached more culturally. And yes, it takes time to try to inspire or even provoke others with certain culture to be expressive. And as being Asian and Indonesian myself, that's one problem. Especially when the when the environment I grew up in didn't quite motivate me to express. Even sometimes it was forbidden. You know? In some culture, it was forbidden to express your feelings, your emotions. So it's a challenge in itself. Second, I would say that from my experiences, from what I learned, is that in communication, when there is a block, or when there is what you call it, wall between humans, one thing that you can do is ask, simply ask, and ask in a way that it would impossible for others to not answer them. So it usually questions such as emotional ones or personal ones are the ones that relatively easy to get responses. I think that's a simple start to ask others to be open about themselves. The third is, because there's a context of students in a school setting, I think to get some agents, sorry, at workplace we usually call agents, change agents or agents of change, you know, to create sparks within the groups. People that are active, that are more expressive, are the ones that we can collaborate with and use them as agents. Pardon my probably wrong vocabulary, but what I mean by that is kids are usually get inspired by their peers. And so when certain agents are having a good time expressing themselves, you know, get rewarded, and then teachers motivate them, inspire them to go on and keep doing it repeatedly. And I believe that sparks will, you know, inspire the rest of the people. But I think those are the 3 points that for now I can provide. It is a challenge, and I always salute teachers, especially teachers in the PWE or even very young age. My family are all teachers, and I know how hard they work. So thank you. Does that answer your questions? I hope.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Marish. And now we have a last question for the participants. Anyone have a question? You can unmute yourself or put your question in the chat box if you have. Gayatri, do you have?
Okay, I have one question, but thank you Toastmaster Santi giving us a meaningful session to me. But I like when you say that we have to be a freedom speaker. It means that we can be a creative person when we prepare a meaningful or relevant speech. And I know that is important to us. But I know when we are prepared, sometimes we stop to get a new idea or a simple that I know you are a teacher, you stuck with how the good method that I have to tell the student so they can understand about my lesson. So my question is, do you have any tips or some inspiration to make it so we can give a good preparation speech for that, or the good way to give a meaningful lesson to the student? Thank you.
Okay. If I hear correctly, your questions is about how to convey your material to students.
Yes.
And to make them
Understand
and then evolve. I think the best way from my learning is people needs to be involved. You know, inclusion is important in any setting when it involves a lot of people, regardless their age. So I think from the get-go, I think you need to involve them, include them in the process of delivering your material. Of course, there are a lot of creativity that you can come up with. You know, ask them to when they do their homework, perhaps, sometimes, or if you prepare something, ask them to help you prepare this, for instance. If you want to, I don't know, want to teach some language on pronouns, let's say, ask them to also help you creating a material or a module for them to understand. So it's an effort to include as many people as often as possible. I think it's always works when people are being included, are being appreciated, and then it materializes or realized in reality. So praise them when you say that I have this material ready with the help of A, B, and C, and I want to thank them. With you, this material becomes more alive and more relevant, something like that. So I think the key is inclusion, one way of trying to solve these problems.
All right, thank you very much. So the involvement is really the key to make all the people can get the process or understand all this, every single step in lesson. Thank you very much, Mr. Santi.
I hope it helps. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Toastmaster Ranji. And since we are already at 8 p.m., we can start the session for the edition from Toastmaster Santi Jiwandono. What a really great edition. We get a new insight about freedom of our speech. We can express ourselves to be a better speaker by applying her tips in public speaking. Now I would like to present the certificate for Toastmaster Santi. Wait a second. Okay, I can see my screen. Loading. Okay. So Toastmaster Sana, can you please help for the taking picture?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Santi, for your decision for the next meeting. And before we move on to the next session, let's take a picture together. So please, everyone, turn on your camera so we can take a picture together with our education. Okay, we have Angger, we have distinguished Toastmaster Miftah. After we have distinguished Toastmaster Kajan. Can you please turn on your camera so we can take a quick picture together to memorize this meeting tonight? Okay. Okay, I will take a picture in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I will save first. Now in the second picture, you can freestyle. Probably we can do salute there. Right? Please do salute pose. Everyone ready? I will take a picture in 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you, everyone. So let's move on to the next session for the next meeting, which is double topic session. This is also the most waiting session for in Toastmaster meeting. Basically, our double topic master tonight, which is who is Toastmaster Esva, will give you a topic and you need to give your opinion of the topic for 1 until 2 minutes. So it's for everyone, whether you are member or not. So I really encourage all of you to join the session. So we'll welcome Toastmaster Eva to lead your session.
Thank you, Apri, our Toastmaster of the day. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our special Independence Day theme table topic session. As we gather here today to celebrate the spirit of liberty and patriotism. I'm excited and I'm excited to hear your impromptu speeches on various aspects related to this important day. Remember, there are no right or wrong answer, just our unique thought and ideas. The goal is to think on your feet and express your ideas spontaneously. Let's dive in. First of all, anyone who want to be a volunteer, please raise hand. Okay, Maurice. Thank you, Maurice. Okay, first I will share my screen. Wait a minute. This is my screen. Are visible?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. For Maurice, first topic. What does independence mean to you? What does independence means to you? This is an opportunity to share your personal perspective on what freedom and independence signify in your life. Okay, Maurice, it's your turn.
Thank you so much, Table Topics Master. I appreciate you. And thank you, everyone, for allowing me to speak. What does independence mean to me? Well, independence, for me, is something that is completely and utterly freedom, the way I see it. If you have freedom, you can do anything. You can do anything. So let's take a look at this. Let's have a moment. I am free to come here and teach English. I am free to go anywhere. I am free to go to the moon if I want. I can move to Mars. Do you want to move to Mars with me? Let's go to Mars together. I'm able to go to Mars because I am free. And that means that I have the independence in order to get away from here if I want to. Independence means that you are, as a definition, independent of others. You're not boggled down. You don't feel like you are trapped. No one is dictating what you can do. It's for countries, it's for people, it's for animals. You can see a dog that feels independent. You can see a cat walking down the street that's independent. I don't care what you say, I'm walking down the street. And that just means that they don't have anybody boggling them down. So if you feel like you have a sense of liberty, a sense of strength, a sense of wonder, and independence, freedom, that all comes from the fact that we're able to get away from anything and we're able to live our lives as unique people and unique beings. So that alien on Mars, they might just be independent, just like we are, as well as the cats, the birds, and the fish. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you, Maurice. Wow. If you want to go to the moon or to the Mars, please invite me to join with you. Okay, thank you for sharing your personal perspective. Independency truly hold different meaning for for of us. Okay, and then who want to be the second participant in this table topic session? Please raise your hand. Don't hesitate. Oh, Ria Anand. Okay.
Yeah, it's Riya.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. The second question for you is share a memorable independent day or share a memorable Independence Day celebration or tradition you've experienced. Highlight a unique way you or your community have celebrate Independence Day. It could be a parade, a special meal, or any other tradition that stand out. The time for you.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Table Topic Master. I am very sorry because of some issues with the camera, I'm unable to be on screen. But with that, I start my topic. 2 days ago, we celebrated Independence Day in India. It was 77 years that Indian independence, the birthday of Indian independence was 77 years old this time. Going back to the good old college days, my post-graduation days were the ones that we had a very unique, not unique, but a very nice tradition of waking up that morning, going to the assembly area where the flag is covered with flowers, and then the dean is supposed to come down to the assembly area. The moment he unfolds the flag, the same moment the national anthem will start. The flowers will fall down from the flag, and the flag will be high in the sky, moving with the wind. That's like the best memory when you see your flag up high in the sky. That's the sound of the freedom, that wherever you want, you can keep a flag, you can unfold it, let the freedom flow. With that, the second thing that followed, usually in my college, was a tradition to have something classical Indian, maybe a dance performance, a speak make as we call, or a traditional classical song performances. Followed by that were the Independence Day celebrations involving dances, singing from the students, and then a little sweet treat with what we call samosas in India and a sweet that we had by the side. That tradition kinds of holds us all together in the celebration that we have for a day that is celebrated across the world, across the country. With that, I hand it over back to you, Toastmaster Eva.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ria. Wow, you have a lot of experience about celebrate your Independence Day, and I got to point you celebrate your flag tradition and then performance like dancing or some and so on. Experience sounds like a vibrant and engaging way to celebrate Independence Day. Thank you, Toastmaster Ria. And then who want to be a third participant of this topic session? Anyone? Raise your hand or I will point at you. Okay, no one? Okay, Toastmaster Sandi, guest Sandi. Sandy. Oh, okay. Uh, wait. Okay. Third question is, think a moment in Indonesia history when unity was crucial for achieving Independence Day. You can delve into a time when different faction or organization like Budi Utomo or something like that came together to work towards a common goal of liberation. Time's yours. Please unmute your voice.
Okay, sorry. Okay, can you show me again the topic? I thought it was about the unity was crucial for achieving Independence Day. For sure, yes. I think that if we, suppose that we are a stick, like this is a common example, right? If you want to convince people that the unity is the only, one of the significant, what is it, a point to reach the objectives that you have already set up. One of the analogy is like it's like a stick. If you gather a stick together and it is unbreakable, right? Okay, for example, one stick versus 10 sticks on your in your hand, and if you want to break it up, and of course the 10 sticks will be stronger. So I think this represents the topic itself. Unity is the main element to achieve your objective, I think. Well, since Indonesia has many, a variety of people, so this is a challenge for Indonesian people, I think. We have our own merit. Japanese with polite is well known as the polite one, and non-Japanese is popular for talkative and open-minded. If you don't like people, it is unlike a Japanese. If you don't like people, sometimes you have to keep yourself and try to speak the good things of the people, although he has done something bad to you or terrible to you. So this is the characteristic of the Japanese. So the challenge of to make Indonesian united is, to unite this different characteristic of the Indonesian itself. Still, up to now, I'm still thinking of how to make it united. I still don't have any answer about that. And let President Jokowi think about it. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah.
Wow. Your exploration of historical, you make simulation with one stick, and then compared to 10 stick is I think it's a simple way to explain how unity is very important for achieving our common goals like that. Okay, thank you, Zandi.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, and then the fourth participant who want to be maybe I will point it. Anger, are you there?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. The fourth question is, how has technology and social media impacted the way our or your country celebrates Independence Day? How has technology and social media impacted the way our or your country celebrates Independence Day? Reflect on how modern communication tools have influenced the way citizens connect, share, and celebrate national pride. Time's yours. Angger.
Okay, I will answer the best I can.
Go ahead.
To me, for the technology has we can see for a few for the ceremony and else. So I believe the technology has been growing, get information, and we can see more for the connection that we haven't seen.
Angger, please unmute your microphone.
I have.
You finish your speech or?
I have finished my speech.
Oh, okay. You can elaboration if you more because I think the time is still okay. Okay. Angger, okay. You don't want to elaborate your speech or never mind. Okay, it is so fascinating to consider how technology has transformed the way we connect and celebrate on this special day. Yeah. Thank you, Angger, for participating. Okay, the last one. Maybe I will point it Toastmaster Toshihiro-san.
So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Wait.
How the technology, the social. Huh?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is last question.
Hmm?
If you could create a new tradition to honor Independence Day, what would it be?
It will create a new tradition. New tradition. Honor the Independence Day. Okay. Thank you. Can I start?
Yeah.
Independence Day is a very important. Is as a child is a dependence is a work. The child becomes adults. Independence Day. A new tradition is we raise thankful for the parents, the grandmother is and it's a next neighborhood is a very new tradition. I would like to create that new tradition to neighborhood, the smiling, the thankful word to the street person you will met. At the Independence Day, it's a very important. It's a very typical one. It's good. It's right. It's but it's a change of the life is right. Okay. Okay. It's a tough question for me. Okay. Thank you. Back to you.
Okay, Mr. Toshihiro, I cannot imagine how Japanese people celebrate the Independence Day in your country, because I think Apri show me all about our old tradition. Yeah, your creative ideas like new tradition adds on exciting and unique twist to the celebration of Independence Day. Thank you, Toastmaster Toshihiro, and thank you for the all participant in this double topic session participant, Maurice, and then Ria, Zandi, Angger, and then Toastmaster Toshihiro. Thank you for sharing your insight and reflection on this engaging topic. Back to you, Toastmaster Apri.
Thank you, Toastmaster Eva. Let's give her a round of applause to our participant, also Toastmaster Eva, for a great session. Yeah. As you know, this is her first time as a double topic master for this meeting. So yeah,
Wow.
she's doing really good.
Good job.
Now before we move on to the next session, let's call our timer Toastmaster Rani to give the timer report.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Apri. So, among 5 people who deliver their impromptu speech, 4 are delivering it on time, which is within 1 to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Meanwhile, only Toastmaster Angger deliver it for less than 1 minute. Okay, so I hope next time Toastmaster Angger joining our other table topic session, he can elaborate more and explain more about the topic, so it can reach until 1 minute. That's it. Back to you, Toastmaster Apri.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Rani, for your report. Yeah, for the first timer who join a double topic, you doing a really good job, because yeah, by participating in double topic, you can discover your speaking skill. So it's really good to your starting point to improve your public speaking skills. So don't be afraid and don't be discouraged because of that, because it's really good exercise to you to improve your public speaking skill. Now let's move on to the last session for our meeting, which is evaluation session. And now I would like to call General Evaluator Toastmaster Amel to lead the session. So please welcome Toastmaster Amel.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Apri. Now we are already at the end of this meeting. In the last session, which is evaluation session, the heart of Toastmaster meeting, where we learn and improve ourselves. First, we will go to the individual speaker evaluation. We have Toastmaster Anna, who also doing the project, which is evaluate the evaluation, and later Toastmaster Anna will be evaluated by Toastmaster Nancy. Toastmaster Anna, please welcome.
Okay, thank you so much, General Evaluator. First thing first, I would like to congratulate DTMUV for his engage your audience with humor, for his speech, engage your audience with humor. It was really wonderful speech. I can say that almost perfectly. And even I can see the response from the chat box. Well, let me go into the evaluation. What I like from your speech, DTMUV, there are 2 main things that I like. The first one is the opening. You started by asking question. Does anyone here have doubt, no trust with your partner? And then I can see a massive excitement from the audience. Some of them raising hand and some of them smile, and many of them giving facial expression to show how exciting they are. with your opening question. That was very good starting point to grab the attention from the audience. And then you said thanks to participants who gave answer, even the answer in the chat box. The second one is the way you deliver your personal story in the body of the speech. You share your personal story about when you wake up in the morning just because bombarded of notification on your phone from your girlfriend. Here you use your facial expression when you felt like bored because of the bombarder. You show us how depressed you were. And of course, it's more interesting when you use prop. It was your mobile phone. And then I believe that you can enhance your performance more better by my recommendation. I think it is just a minor recommendation for me. Consider about the virtual setting. I can see that you really closer to your screen for some time, and we cannot see your top hat. And maybe it's because of your blur background too. So when you took your prop, your mobile phone, I see that DTM UV disappear for a second. I think it would be better if you don't use background or blur background, so we can see your face clear. And to challenge DTM UV, I would like to see a DTM UV to deliver his next speech standing, to express yourself and don't use any virtual background, so we can see you clear. And I believe that it will help enhancing your voice modulation and your full expression. All the best for DTM UV for your next speech. Overall, I enjoy your speech so much. I like your speech. I believe that you can be the best speaker in the future. Thank you so much. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Wonderful, Toastmaster Anna. Now we will move to the second evaluator, which is, where is him?
And for the second evaluator, I replaced District Toastmaster Kajam because he just have some kind of another meeting.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Please welcome Toastmaster Apri.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Amel. And first, I would like to congratulate to Toastmaster Gayatri for finishing your effective body language project. And today she shared about her work experience and how different leader in her workplace can teach her something valuable to improve her professional life. So I see that there is some kind of combination and recommendation that I can give you based from Toastmaster Kajan evaluation. The first is your hand gesture and also body language. And you standing when you deliver your speech, it can make your speech more impactful because you feel more confidence, and it can make your message can be more impactful because you to deliver your speech with a good posture and standing. And the second is you also have a good transition within your body language in your speech. It can really helpful to make your speech to be memorable because as we can see, body language is a non-verbal communication, which means it is involving body language without using our words. So it's really impactful. And there are also two recommendations that I can give you to make your speech to be more better in the future. First is your camera position. I see you deliver your speech standing, which is really good. Unfortunately, your face is cut like this one. So you're standing like this one. So your face is cutting in this area. So make sure you create a position that's really good with the camera position, especially for your so we can see your facial expression and also your body. Right, you can stand a little bit here, so everyone can see your forehead when you deliver the speech. It can make your speech can be really enjoyable to watch. And the second is your be purposeful with your hand, because sometimes uh, I see that you deliver your speech with your hand, which is really nice. Unfortunately, if you're doing the hand gesture without purpose, sometimes it's make your the participant sometimes is confused. What is the hand gesture that make your hand gesture more impactful? So by purposing your hand to be uh, purposeful, make your speech can be impactful, especially in certain mistakes. For example, if you want to convey something, some mistake that really your main point, it can really helpful. Yeah, overall, I think that's all for my evaluation. Overall, you doing a really good job with your standing and also use a good good transition in your body language, and also the room for improvement is your camera position and also be more purposeful with your hand. So I think that's all for my evaluation to Toastmaster Gayatri. Back to General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Apri. Now we will move to the third evaluator, which Toastmaster Reti, who will evaluate Toastmaster Anayuda evaluation.
Good evening, Toastmaster Anna. Is it my second time to evaluate you, Toastmaster Anna? Yes? Okay. I can see your improvement. Before I evaluate you as a speaker, but this time I evaluate you as an evaluator. I can see how you can improve from one project to another project. The good things that you have made today is I can see that you are a good listener. You focus on the details. Why I can say that? Because you can mention the examples of each sentence that the speaker have. The evaluation and then giving the details, giving the example of the opening, body, and closing as well. So that's the reflection that you listening well. And then also you balance it with the things needs to be improved. That's really nice. The way you deliver it, you share the things that to be improved. It's not saying, it's not expressed that you better than the speaker, but this is the evaluation, the feedback. That's correct. That's really good. So the things that I would like you to improve is, this is a suggestion. The evaluation actually is one type of speech which need the body language, the facial expression, and vocal variety. So in the future, maybe you can assume this, or you can treat the evaluation session as one of your project, the speech project. And then about giving the input up the virtual background, I suggest you to have an example or demo it to the speaker. So for example, when this one, you're like this, it's not maximized, right? The hand gesture, but you need to turn off your background like this. Okay, so if you show this background like this, the audience will see the full body language of the speaker. That's the example, yeah? So you can give the example to the speaker. So overall, you are a good listener. You can give the evaluation session in detail, and can encourage the speakers to be a better public speaker. Always remember, I believe that evaluation will enrich and sharpen your knowledge. So embrace it. Back to GE.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Neti, and I will ask the timer about the time.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Amelia. So for our first evaluator, Toastmaster Anna delivered it on time, which is 2 minutes and 55 seconds. And then for our second evaluator, he went a little bit over time. He delivered his evaluation for 4 minutes and 7 seconds. And then for the last evaluator, Toastmaster Neti, she was also delivering her evaluation on time, which is in 3 minutes and 4 seconds. I think that's all. Back to you, our GE.
Okay, now we will continue to the counter, Toastmaster Sairama.
All right, thank you, Madam GE. Let me share my screen first. All right, fellow Toastmaster and guests, this is what I noticed during our meeting. The most used unnecessary sound was There are 25 times. And the second is we have so 3 times and some repeated words. Toastmaster Apri, I would like to say that you did great because you wore many hats in this meeting. Back to you, Madam G.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sairama. Very concise report. And of course, we will have our grammarian. Toastmaster Ria, are you there?
Yes, Madam General Evaluator. So, first of all, the count for the word of the day. Toastmaster Emilia, Morris, and Shanti used the word of the day once. Rest, there was no more usage of the word of the day. Moving on to the good usages of grammar, there were a lot of good usages done in today's meeting. So some of them are middle of a digital outrage, text message marathon. The closer you look, the less you will see. A roller coaster of misunderstanding. Courageous madam. Situations make me grow. Freedom of speech. Focus is more on packaging than the content. A very important line I feel as part of Toastmasters as well, that content is the one thing that is the most important. Aim from mediocrity. Aim for mediocrity. Then speak eloquently. Freedom means responsibility. Persuade your audience. And the last one is inclusion is important. Moving on to some not so good usages of grammar. Cry in front could have been cried in front of the boss. Give a report could have been submit a report. Beneficiaries of my job could have been beneficiaries of my job. Unavoidable is a wrong usage. It is unavoidable. Limited numbers. Limited number of audience. Inspires by should have been inspired by. And the pronunciation of the word independence is independence and not independency. So with that, I hand over it back to you, G.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ria. And now I will just give a brief report about this meeting. I believe that even though I came late, but the meeting is proceed on time, and Toastmaster Apri doing a good job because he shared about the tradition, how we actually celebrate Independence Day in our country. And all the speakers also very inspiring message and speech. And of course, for Toastmaster Santi, we learn a lot from you. For Toastmaster Eva, you are doing a great job because it's very interesting topic. And I also love how you having the presentation. So it will make easier for the speaker to understand the topic. My suggestion for you, I see that one of the speaker is actually under time. Guest anger. Maybe I see that you already encourage him to speak more. Maybe you can encourage him again by also asking, maybe asking or digging other questions related to the topic. For the evaluation session, all of the evaluator already doing great job. For Toastmaster Anna, I believe Toastmaster Neti already did the evaluation and it is really comprehensive. And Toastmaster Apri, just be mind with your time. I see that even though you are not planned to become the evaluator, but you have many suggestions for her. Thank you very much. And for counter, actually, I really enjoy Toastmaster Sairama report, which is very concise. And also, Toastmaster Ria, thank you so much for your grammar evaluation. My suggestion is maybe also use PowerPoint so we can understand clearly about your grammarian report, because most of people more visual, more catch easier if it's or any visual rather than just here. All in all, it is really great meeting. Thank you very much. Now I will give the control back again to Toastmaster Abdi.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Amelia, for your awesome report. Let's give her a round of applause to Toastmaster Amelia and her team. Okay, and now we come to the end of the meeting, and before that, I would like to hear some input from some of you, especially who is coming here for the first time or didn't have an opportunity to speak at our meeting tonight. And we have Toastmaster Yvonne. Hello, Toastmaster Yvonne.
Hi,
How do you feel
sure.
about this meeting?
Thank you. Thank you, President April. And thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me attending today's meeting. I appreciate the session master. They are so professional in their job, and the speaker's speech. I learned some insightful knowledge, and it's really enhanced my opinion and my thought. And the educational session is very great, and especially I learned some questions from the audience. And evaluation session and table topic session, I also very appreciate. A speaker, they can give a very appropriate the response to the topic. Thank you. Thank you for having me to join this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yvonne. May I know where you from?
I'm from SCPT.
Oh, SCPT
Club. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think tomorrow is SCPT meeting, right?
Yeah. Welcome. Welcome,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yvonne. And next we have Zandi. Hello, Zandi. Are you there?
Hello.
I want to know, how do you feel about this meeting?
Well, this is great. Like I said in the early meeting, that this is close to a meeting that I attend once when I was in high school, Mas FM Club, and everyone can share the opinion. And it looks really professional, and everything is counted, the timer, and I don't realize that my fillers is also counted as well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This is the meeting that I've been searching for a long time, and then to polish my speaking again, to build up my confidence speaking in front of the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zandi, for coming our meeting. Yeah, Toastmaster is one of the most structured meeting I ever attend, because every time is the time is one of the advantage in joining this committee, and we don't want to being late, and that's why we have a timer here to make sure our meeting can be punctual as soon as possible. And now we have Angger. Hello, Angger, are you there? Angger, do you want to talk a little bit about how do you feel about this meeting? Nope. Okay, let's call Toastmaster Cecilia. I think Toastmaster Cecilia also don't have opportunity to speak in our meeting tonight. Toastmaster Cecilia, are you there? I don't think so as well. Okay, I think that's all for the meeting for tonight. And before that, I would like to make an announcement, which is our next regular meeting is on September 7th, which is 3 weeks from now. So make sure, if you are free, make sure to come again to our meeting so we can learn and improve our public speaking, so that we can better at public speaking. So probably any meeting announcement from another club, you can announce now if you have. Okay, we have.
May I?
Yep.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am native from Surabaya Toastmaster Club. I would like to invite all of you to join our meeting. Try a new experience by clubbing to our meeting. It will be first and third week of the month every Wednesday at 7 p.m. until 9 p.m. So it's the same like Malang Toastmaster Club every first and third week, but Malang was on Thursday while we are on Wednesday. Yeah, it's easy to be remembered. And our meeting always a hybrid meeting. So if you cannot come on site, just join the Zoom online. But if you are in Surabaya, I invite you to come on site near Plaza Marina. So it's quite central of Surabaya. Enjoy the enthusiasm if you come on site. Thank you, Toastmaster Apri.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Neti. Wow, that's really nice. We have hybrid. I miss hybrid. Okay, we have.
You should come to Surabaya and join our meeting.
I will come by train.
Yes.
Okay, we have Toastmaster Ivan. Do you have a meeting announcement as well?
I think you call me.
Yeah.
Hello.
Do you have meeting announcement?
Yeah. Welcome. We also have hybrid meeting tomorrow, so welcome everyone. And every Friday night is our meeting. It's a regular time from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Yeah, welcome everyone.
Oh, nice. Another hybrid. Okay, thank you, Yvonne. Any other club? We have Toastmaster Rani from Maranatha. We have Toastmaster Saryama from Palu.
Yeah, so Maranatha's Toastmaster meeting are held every Wednesday on 7 to 9 p.m. And we are currently, even though we are based in Bandung, but we are currently still holding every meetings online, since most of our members are scattered all around Indonesia. So if any one of you want to come visit our club, please, we are welcome you to join us every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tasmaster Rani. And we have Tasmaster Ria. Tasmaster Ria, you can announce now if you want.
Yeah, so I'm from Blue Quest, and in Blue Quest we have members from around the world. We have Apri, we have Anna who've been to our clubs. Blue Quest holds meeting every Wednesday, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So would be about 8:30 p.m. your time. The starting time would be 8:30 p.m. Indonesia time. It would be great if you could just drop by, have a meeting with us as well. We could also experience some of your reviews and feedbacks, what we are doing good and what we are doing, what we can improve on. So definitely we'll be happy to have you all there.
Okay, thank you, Tasmaster Ria, for your announcement. Another meeting. Anyone else? Anyone else?
Toastmaster,
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hafri. Hi, everyone. Please join our meeting in this Saturday morning. Because we'll have a regular meeting in the first and third Saturday, 9:30 GMT plus 7. See you on my club.
Okay, thank you, Tasmaster Sairama from Palu Tasmaster Club. It is on Saturday. Next Saturday, yeah. If you are free, feel free to come. Yeah, I think that's all for the meeting for tonight. And now, as the club president, I officially close the meeting and see you again next time, everyone. And thank you.